Discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have.
The court will find that the state has reviewed that document with your attorney. Did you understand it? And did you sign it? Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge.
Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Okay, I need you to speak up.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you understand by indictment you're charged with harassment of a public servant? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
You're giving up that right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let me ask you that question again. Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement you were giving up that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up that right and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Nino, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain agreement, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration County Court Cause number 676574, and there's to be a referral to felony drug court. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, it is.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph? Where did you go in school?
I completed 10th grade and went into parts of 11th grade, but I didn't complete.
Why not?
I found it too hard to focus.
So what are you doing with your life?
Working
Doing what?
with my dad, helping him run a small company.
I mean, what do you do? Because some people say they work with their parents and actually their parents are just being kind. They really don't do anything. They just show up, maybe answer phone if phone rings, but they really don't do anything. So what are you doing with your father?
I pick up pallets with my dad.
Okay.
Sell them.
And I do have his mother and his father here present.
All right. Does his mom and dad want him staying with them?
The father does, and that's something I have to talk to you about too, because the magistrate put a no contact order on there, but the father wants to approach and he's going to live with him and make it a ask the court to make it. I don't even know if the magistrate's order of no contact carries forward if the court does grant the deferred adjudication or that falls by the wayside. But either way, maybe like it noted that if it does, it would be a no harmful or injurious contact order. I have the father here requesting that. He certainly can come up and give you
All right. How often are you drinking alcohol?
Once a week.
But how much? Did you say
How
one?
much? And
Excuse me.
Sure.
Just, if y'all could, how much are you drinking per week?
12 pack.
All right. Is that in one sitting?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Because I read the police report and I know people think that I'm not reading the police report, but I read the entire report. And so on that night, you drank 18 beers And how large were those beers?
12 ounces.
All right. So you drank 18 12-ounce beers. Then you got on the rooftop, I guess, causing problems at your parents' house, broke out a window. And while the police were trying to talk you down, you drank 3 more beers in front of them. And those were bottles, because in the report, it says that after you would finish a beer, you would smash it down below.
Yes, Your Honor. I was let it go on the floor.
So are you a person who drinks a lot and you get angry? Or was there something else going on at the house that caused you to break a window and get on the rooftop?
I was locked out, and I fell asleep somewhere else that I wasn't supposed to be. I woke up to somebody. I had expensive shoes on, and I woke up to somebody trying to take them off. So I snapped, and I walked back to my house. Prior to this, I was in a verbal argument over the phone with my grandma that lives in her house. She called my dad, telling him that we're arguing and that I was being ugly.
And you probably were.
And so my dad locked me out of the house.
Which he should have.
And I broke a window to get in. And my dad told me I should go back to the house.
Here's where this courtroom story shifts from a routine plea hearing into a serious intervention. The judge is looking beyond the charge and straight at the behavior behind it. Would you call this tough love or a necessary wake-up call?
To my room to go grab another beer, and I drink on the roof, and then the cops are there.
Okay. Are you trying to end your life? Because here's the thing: drinking the way you drink, you're destroying your liver. And then what, you're going to want somebody to donate a liver to you, or donate if your parents, I'm sure your parents and your grandmother, they love you. I'm sure they'll let them section off a part of their liver for you. But is that what you want to put your parents through?
No.
And I'm going to tell you right now, you owe an apology to your grandmother, because one, how old is your grandmother?
Sorry, my aunt answered the phone. I have an argument with my aunt.
How old is your aunt?
She's 39.
And how old are your parents?
39.
All right. So, and where does the grandmother come into play in all of this?
I called her phone because she told me if I ever need to talk to somebody, to call her. So I called her. She didn't answer. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can call your grandmother, but don't call your grandmother intoxicated. A lot of times people will call their grandparents, and you know why they're calling them? Because they think they'll let them do what their parents told them they could not do. You should not be calling your grandmother, disturbing her, and calling her intoxicated. You understand?
Yes, yeah.
You should not be at your parents' house causing them problems being intoxicated. You understand? Now, who's paying for the window that was broken?
I don't know. My dad.
Yeah. And see, did your dad break that window?
No.
You should be paying for that window. Your father should not be paying for that window. And Mr. Piker, there seems to be some enabling going on here. So I'm going to put an end to that. You're going to get a job, and your job is not going to be working for your father. You're going to get a job, not with your father. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you're off from work, and Dad, if you need him to help you out to work off the fact that you're paying for the window that he broke, then you will work for your father for free to work that off. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Does anyone want to call the parents to see if they want him staying with them?
Yes, I'd like to call Mr. Nino and Mrs. Nino.
All right. So if you could step to the left over here, please. All right, Mr. Nino, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand if you could state your name for the record.
Anthony Nino.
All right, defense.
Mr. Nino, you've expressed a desire to me that if the judge should grant Anthony Jr. here probation of any type, that he come live with you. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when he was arrested, the magistrate put on a no contact order. You're aware of that?
I wasn't aware of it. I just found out when y'all let me know.
Okay. Well, when I let you know, then,
I was aware.
okay. And then when I told you that, you said, but he's going to be living with me. What are we going to do about it?
Yes.
And what did you ask me to do about it?
if I could get the no contact removed, because my son, that's what he was saying before. Like I told him, he'll always have a room there in the house.
When the magistrate put the no contact order on there, you didn't ask for it?
No.
And you weren't aware of it?
No.
And has there been any problem between you and your son since this time?
I mean, yeah, not really. I mean, we both had good, but nothing too dramatic.
He's been in jail, right?
Huh?
He's been in jail for most of the time.
I mean, yeah, nothing. Like, there's never been no big conflict there. You know, that's why I was surprised when I saw that.
Do you have any fear of your son?
Oh, not at all.
Are you worried that he might cause you any harm?
Not at all.
And you're asking the judge to at least, if not get rid of the no contact order altogether, to make it a no harmful or injurious contact order so he can
Yes.
live with you.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Nothing from the state, right?
All right. So do you have alcohol in your home?
No, not at all.
All right. So here's the thing. If I allow him to stay with you, you see what his issue is. So to help him out, there cannot be any alcohol in the home. And I know that you're not on probation, your wife's not on probation, but if there's alcohol in the home, guess what? He's going to end up drinking because that's where he is in his state of sobriety or lack thereof. And he's not going to be allowed to work with you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I did let him know that he needs to pay you for that window that he broke. So when he's not working at a different job that he's going to have, when he's off, if you want him to work with you to work off the payment for that window, he can. But you're not to pay him. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because he has to learn some responsibility and everyone needs to stop making excuses for him.
Quick legal reality check. The judge explains the felony charge and its possible punishment before accepting the plea that matters, because a guilty plea means giving up important rights after understanding the consequences. The real question is, does he fully understand what he's agreeing to?
You understand?
I'm good.
Oh, yes.
I also want, like, when he worked with me, I was not lenient with him at all whatsoever. I made sure he was up for all of us. That he had to take on that responsibility. It's just, his father's son, so it's easier for him to slack off a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop him from slacking off.
Yeah, I'm for him getting another job.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Anything else?
No, just that you let him at least, at the minimum, have no harmful or injurious contact.
All right. State, you going to have any objection to him having?
We don't. I believe we reached out to Mr. Nino, and he had told us he was supportive of his son getting help for the substance abuse issues that I think we all see in the case, and that he was willing to assist him in that process.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Nino.
Thank you. I don't think we need to call anyone else. I think we've covered it.
All right. Well, does his mother know that she cannot enable him?
You wanted to?
Yeah. Bring her up. All right. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You can lower your hand if you can state your name for the record.
Lauren Dominguez Yara,
And can you spell your last name?
DOMINGUEZ, hyphenated.
Okay. I'm sorry. I had missed the last because your voice sort of went
I
down.
think it's Villarreal.
All right. Thank you. See, Brenna, I'm looking out.
Yeah, I didn't get it either.
Okay. All right. Any questions?
Yeah, Ms. Villarreal, you heard Mr. Nino's testimony.
Yes, sir.
Would that be your testimony as well?
Yes, sir.
You believe that it would be okay for Anthony to live there with the father and there wouldn't be any concerns?
No, sir.
Okay. Best witness.
Any questions?
Nothing.
All right. So this is what I want you to understand. There cannot be any alcohol in the house because he's not at the stage of his sobriety where alcohol can be in the home. I understand that you're not the person who's on probation. Sometimes people want to drink, but that's too much temptation for him. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there going to be a problem with not having alcohol in the home?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So who are the adults who live in the house?
Well, where he's gonna stay with his father,
Yes.
we're two different households.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
So he won't be living with you.
No, Your Honor.
All right. And so you understand then he can't cause problems at his father's house, then run to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So it's going to take a team effort and he will not be sober. He will not handle his responsibilities if people are not showing him tough love and discipline. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anything else from either side before I make my ruling?
No, Judge.
Nothing.
All right. I'm going to place you on 4 years deferred adjudication. There should be no harmful or injurious contact with your father. You're going to reside with your father. So what that means is you have to live with him. If something goes wrong at the household and there's some kind of emergency where you have to leave, you're going to have to let probation know. You understand? So that's going to be your residence.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to be GPS, waive or defer fees. And that's GPS until further notice. It's going to be partial. And that will be for work only. Well, work and any type of treatment he's in. Your curfew is 7 p.m. The only exception is for work or treatment. I'm going to want a referral to felony drug court. You're going to be evaluated while in custody. Since it is Monday, they'll see you before the week is out. You need to be honest with them about your alcohol use. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any other substances other than alcohol for you? And now's the time to be true.
Use methamphetamines, I use marijuana, synthetic marijuana, opiates, opioids.
All right, so we're going to do our best to get you on track, but none of this is going to work if you're not serious, okay?
Sure.
All right, we're going to do a TAP evaluation also. If for any reason felony drug court doesn't accept him, he's to remain in custody and we're going to have him brought back. There's going to be proof of employment within 30 days of release. You're not allowed to work for or with your father. And by work for or with your father, what I mean is he's not allowed to give you payment. So if you want to help him out and work with him, you can, but he's not going to give you payment for that. You understand?
Understood.
Now, later on, if you're doing well, I may change my mind on that and allow you to work with him. But for now, you can't. You understand?
Understood, Your Honor.
Do you have any children?
Oh, ma'am.
All right. That's a good thing because you're not ready for them right now. Okay. 100 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide the proof of the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring you to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be waived. Take in consideration County Court cause number 676574. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. I'm going to want you to either do some sort of trade school or obtain your GED. Once you've done that, the remaining hours of your community service restitution will be waived.
Thank you.
But that's upon completion, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. We're going to start him with the UA hotline. And I'm going to want field visits 2 times per month, random until further notice. And I know probation always do these type of things when they visit, but just make sure they check the trash cans and check the house for alcohol and any other items.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Probation, is there anything else that he needs?
That UA hotline, is that going to be until further notice?
Yes.
As well? No, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
And now the police report changes the temperature in the room. 1812 once beers in one night, followed by 3 more while officers were trying to talk him down from the rooftop. At this point, the judge isn't just asking what happened, she's trying to understand why it happened.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. In order for you to be successful, communication is going to be key, right? So when felony drug court, when they come to interview you, you need to be 100% honest with them. Because if you're honest with them, they will accept you. And what will end up happening is this case will be transferred to felony drug court, and they'll give you their conditions, okay?
Yes.
You understand? All right. And then hopefully you will graduate and you will say, Judge, will you come to my graduation? I've completed everything. Court is calling 2022 CR 10886, State of Texas versus Thomas Glenn Marsh. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Warren Wolf for Mr. Marsh.
Are you Thomas Marsh?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Marsh, you entered a plea of guilty on March 29th to the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There are no applications for deferred, and the state is opposing your application for community supervision. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Judge.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
No, Judge.
Defense?
No.
State, do you have any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any witnesses?
Yes, Mr. Marsh would like to address the court.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up. If you could state your name for the record, please.
Thomas Marsh.
All right, defense.
Mr. Marsh, you had a chance to review the pre-sentence report,
Yes, sir.
and the question is, why should Judge Boyd trust you to be on probation and community supervision on this case, considering the fact that you've had some prior issues with probation? Could you tell the judge a little bit more about yourself, about why you think you could be successful on probation now?
I believe I could be successful on probation because it would put me like face to face with whatever temptations I may have, and they'll fight on me in my face like that. And I've completed probation before in the past, and it kept me more in line and on top of things. I do have 2 jobs out there waiting for me to return.
Where are those jobs?
It's a place called Happy Day Cafe. It's a little place in Live Oak. And at Dog Stars, it's at the dog groomer. It's in University City right up the street. I reside with my significant other for 23 years. He's sober, completely sober. All of my using came from really, I guess, traumatic things. Like the first time I was just watching my grandfather go through chemo and everything, and that's when I learned that this left stuff.
And what year was that?
That was when he died. It was in 2012.
Okay.
And so then the next time is when my grandmother, I was watching my grandmother die. And that's when it was, I guess, a relapse, you would call it, because in between all of that, I didn't really use. And so I think I'd be successful because, I mean, I'm not planning on losing anybody else. I've already discontinued the use of the methamphetamine like before the new year started.
This is the moment the judge targets the family dynamic and the lack of consequences. She wants accountability and outside job responsibility for the broken window, and no more excuses. But do you think this tough love approach will actually break the cycle?
Did you know that the TAP eval suggests to the court that you do an inpatient treatment with follow-up afterwards. You want to do that?
If I must, I'd rather not be, or can we not have that sort of thing.
Well, that's up to the judge. But that's the recommendation from the TAPI valve. So if that's what that stands between you and going to prison, are you willing to do that?
Does that have to do with me right now?
Oh, yeah. You're under examination. Here's the thing. If you don't want to go to inpatient treatment, just let the court know.
Just due to health conditions and not knowing what.
Oh, here's the thing. The answer to that is either yes or no. And you know what? I don't see anybody who's not being sober and using drugs telling people, hey, let me make sure that before I use any of your drugs, that you're putting the right things in it, and that people, please wear your mask because COVID is an issue before I take your drugs and use them. Nobody's concerned about COVID when they're doing the puff pass. Nobody's concerned about COVID when they're taking a needle from somebody. I don't hear anybody saying that. So now when it's time for treatment and the hard work, people are saying, I'm concerned about health conditions. So when you were using, did you ask anybody if they had COVID?
But I didn't.
No, that's my question for you. When you were using drugs, did you ask anybody, before I take drugs from you, do you have COVID? Have you been following COVID protocols? Did you ever ask them that? But now when it comes time to potentially you going to treatment, your concern is about COVID.
I'm just concerned about being housed around a whole bunch.
Okay. No, I understand. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 4 years in the prison. Take in consideration NIMAG number 701585, give you credit for any time served. If you wish, the court can have you placed in the therapeutic community, at least a recommendation for that. Would you like that?
Therapeutic community?
Yes. It doesn't increase your time that you're in the prison, but there's a potential for you to be placed in that program to help you with your drug issues.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, but you must request it. So I'm going to say therapeutic community. And I want you to know, I listened to what you were saying, but I also looked at your criminal history, and you've been given probation for drug cases and for DWIs for several times. All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney?
Yeah.
Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
45.
All right, you're 45. How old is your partner?
He is 61.
All right, so you are like me. You're close to being in the twilight of your life. You're going to have to make a decision on what you're going to do with your rest of your life. Either you're going to be in and out of prisons and in and out of jail. You're going to get to the point where you're going to be considered a habitual. And what that means is when you're considered a habitual offender for some felonies, if you're convicted, your minimum is 25 years prison. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
Here comes the ruling, and it's much more than simply saying you're free to go. 4 years of deferred adjudication come with monitoring, curfew, treatment, employment, and drug court requirements. One mistake could have serious consequences. So now the pressure is officially on. And now we get a completely different outcome in the second case. 4 years in prison. The judge weighs his history of prior probation problems against his request for another chance. Same courtroom, completely different result. And that contrast is impossible to ignore.